live, baby. We live. What's going on? What's going on? Happy Friday. Is it still Friday? It's still Friday. What time we got? It's still Friday. It's still Friday. It's not even 11:30 yet.
We still late.
Yeah.
Definitely still late.
Y'all know the type of time we be on?
Mad late.
Late, a little late, but better late than never.
I'm not like that. I was there on time.
Fuck out.
This nigga,
I'm on time with a lot of shit.
my man's is a
My
lie.
life is on time.
Whatever you say is a lie.
That's
I'm
a big
capping.
fact.
Yeah.
That's a big fact.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with the introductions as we do usual. Start from our left hand side of the table, your right hand side. What's going on?
Drew?
What's going on, man? It's happening already.
Y'all know me, Big Papa Puff Grim. Always here.
And we got our special guest today.
Our special guest today. Let them know who you are.
What's up, guys? John, aka Whitey, aka the driver. Been in the game for a long time. Here, I love what these guys are doing. Just want to support.
Sam, we respect that. We thought he'd be a great person for us to have out here today, and just a lot of what he was doing back in the day, and a lot of what we're doing today. I think we kind of all agree it's extremely important on what's going on in the community and in the game, that we kind of shed a little bit of light on some of the differences, some of the similarities, and what we all can do as a whole to make the whole community better, and enlighten people on some more stuff that's going on in the scene. And yeah, I think bro's got a lot of history, a lot of knowledge to share with us. A lot of knowledge to share with some of you guys. The racing scene is a little bit more infantile now. There's a lot of new people outside that don't really know too much about what used to go down. A lot of the old school spots, a lot of the racing shit that used to really go down, and how those people paved the way for us today.
I just want him to introduce himself exactly how he did to me earlier. Give him the full rundown of what you told me about, like, what you did, what you accomplished. Everything that you just told me earlier, I was like, what the fuck?
So, even going back further, I started off in the Honda game. I had a 2010 GSR. I've never been the type to drink. I don't smoke. I was never the party type. I was so involved within my own head about cars that I would go up and down Central Avenue in Yonkers. Instead of going to the club, I would sit there and practice. I'd rev out first gear. Okay, I know my first gear does 45 miles an hour. Second gear, XYZ. Then I moved on to a Subaru STI in 2009. Made a name for myself with that car. Then I sold that car, went to 2012 Subaru STI, and then ended up breaking the world record for fastest stock turbo. Went 1090 at 119. Then I got myself to a 900 horsepower Evo. And then as of right now, I'm building my R32 GTR.
What's up? What's up?
How long you had the R32 for?
August 7th is going to be 4 years.
I see the picture, bro. I'm
It
serious.
just got converted.
Buy stock?
I bought it bone stock. I went through the whole process.
From where? Let them know that process.
Japan.
How many miles?
From
6,000
Japan.
miles,
I
right?
got 67,000 miles on when I got
Yeah,
it.
they can't go over 70, right? It's like
30
a car.
actually.
Yeah.
And then, but obviously with some rules and regulations, you can kind of pay your way past that.
It was cleaned up?
Yeah, for the most part, I wanted something a little used because I knew I was going to tear it apart. Because as of right now, it's going to go probably a TH400 auto. I'm in the process of doing that. It's already a big single. My end goal is probably 1300 wheel.
It's gonna be like this.
Yeah, I got a fuel cell for it, get ready. I wanted to go through the process. I could have went here to one of the dealers and got it, but I wanted to go through the whole process. Called up, chose what I wanted. I wanted one as stock as possible. I got it. It has a little rust here, little dings there, but it comes with the territory. It's a 30-year-old car. I'm 31. Look at me. Beat the fuck up.
I ain't say that.
So hopefully it makes it 1300 wheel in the next couple of years.
What's up,
Man, it takes a lot. Even to break records.
What made you do the Nissan? What's the
Well, it's been a dream car of mine since a kid. I ended up getting the Subaru just because it was the coolest thing out. It was simple. You vibrating carts, all-wheel drives, turbo. I've broken everything on a Subaru you could possibly think of.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know Subaru niggas raced until I see him. I just only seen him like the rally shit on TV, and then homeboy came outside and was fucking shit up. I'm like, damn, yo, what's going on here?
5 or 6 6-speeds. Get drags, broken in 8, 9 motors, you name it. Everything they said they couldn't break, I broke.
Sounds right.
Oh yeah, it's a Subaru. You can look at it, it breaks.
Let's which big turbo is in the GTR if you don't mind me asking.
It was actually a Journal Bearing 70 trim, but I actually ended up, I would say it's big for the car because obviously the GT to what 28 to come with. I upgraded now to a 62, 65 triple ball bearing. And hopefully that should make some noise. This kid's sick. For years. Sick.
I'm sorry, guys. I got one cheese. I make sure we good. No brands.
So what are you wearing?
Excuse me?
What are you wearing?
Oh,
I didn't see your attire.
My attire, guys. Just for anyone who can't see today.
Yes.
I got my racing suit on, SFI rated, fire rated, ready to go. Sparkle shoes on deck. You know the fucking vibes. I got my Simpson helmet on deck. So we ready to race. When we leave here, I'm ready to race at the track, safety approved, motherfucker. So just so y'all know that we outside, we ready to go at all fucking times. So if my car blows up and it goes on fire, I'll be safe a little bit.
Yeah.
I have warmer hands, I have a tan, but my penis will still work, and that's what matters.
Jesus Christ.
Right or wrong?
GG, man.
Well, we're not gonna do
Oh, my
that.
fault.
Anyway, that's another episode. So I guess we want to talk about the season. Just
Any
about to
races
start
on
off.
the street?
What?
Any races on the street you had? Any like crazy
Yeah,
races?
what big races you got?
Last race I had was with kind of an unknown Evo. That turned into a shit show. I've raced a couple guys from Tech R, like the lower level. You know, I've done that. Brockner, Sheridan.
Sheridan, that's a
That's a
throwback.
dub now.
Yeah.
That's, you've been around.
Yeah.
You ain't doing that.
I've been there. I've been in a game like I was telling them when the beef was Midnight Auto and High Boost. Like that was, I was around B20 VTech days, internet, watching those forums, watching it. And last year, I raced, I don't know if you remember CF5 racing.
Yeah.
I raced the S4, the silver one,
That was you who raced
the
that?
Subaru.
Okay,
That
so
was
then
me.
you raced when he had the WRX.
Yes, that was me. Well, way back. That was my SDI hat.
So then you was racing with the Indian kids with the Nissan Maxima.
Yeah, that was my.
And he was also racing with.
How much money you took from them?
No, they had the Maxima. They were busy with that Maxima already, right?
They used to call me, and I raced Kenny's car, the big turbo Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I did all that, yeah. But once I sold the car to buy a ring to get married. Stupid.
Fucking guy. Like a gentleman. As him, I
You're a
would say.
scholar.
No, but I saw the game changing, and I didn't like it at all. I could go on and on about that. It went from Connor Street every Saturday. There was no tweets. There was no instant.
Just showed up.
You knew Saturday night, Friday night, whatever. You were there. You come over to Connor Street Bridge. Everybody's at the McDonald's. Everybody gets on the highway after, and everybody saw what you had. Right to the Brooklyn McDonald's.
Well,
That's
kind
how
of
I
still
met
work
him.
like that, to be honest with you. That's how we all met. We're the last ones.
And then it started with this stand shit, and that killed the game.
Yeah.
I killed it.
That was
Killed it. Now, evolving from the stance is now all these Hellcats and Chargers doing this burnout shit.
Spanish guys.
No, that's not just Spanish guys.
So,
Here we go.
What's up?
it's
I
crazy.
can't
stuff.
afford tires. I can't afford tires. I can't do burnouts. I just
Any
can't afford.
advice and tips for the first build, for a first build?
I do not be afraid to take your car apart. I was telling him, it's bolts, it is man. It's just because, like my GTR, yeah, it's some creme de la creme. It's an all-wheel drive 240 SX. It has the same 10 millimeters as the Civic does. It has the same 12 millimeters. Get a thread pitch gauge, go to Home Depot, get new grade 8 bolts. It's not that hard. Drill. Don't be afraid of it. Take it apart. If you can't afford it, buy used. For the first time ever, I had to buy everything brand new. It did nothing for me. Because guess what? A brand new part breaks just as much as a used part. And that's where I turned my, I have a mortgage, I have a daughter, like, I have stuff. I can't be buying $4,500 parts. There's a lot of guys now who are powder coating in their backyard. Do it. Don't be afraid. Do it. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Figure something out. I was also telling them every meet when I was a kid, I would ask somebody blatantly, why did you do that? Why? And they would tell me. They would either tell me to go F myself, or they would tell me, yo, I did X, Y, Z because of X, Y, Z. And I would sit on that, and I go, okay, and I would build from that, and I would never have an issue asking anybody a question. I would call shops. I always have the 5 rule. I call 5 shops. If 3 out of 5 give me the same answer, I think I'm on the right track. If they start giving, but everything, the 2 out of that 5 that I didn't understand, I would research on why they would say that, and I would see that. But I pushed the limit with my GTR, and everybody would laugh at me, and so far so good. I heard myself, and I had 0 qualms, get number low.
I mean, but look where he's at now. You building one now.
The 32 GTR. But in a garage like anybody else's. I remember watching pictures of Grim with cardboard boxes sprawled across his garage. Parts every which way just to get ready for that night. For it to break again.
Yeah.
But he was out there smoking like a champ, leaking oil.
Yes, sir.
It did not matter. And I always gave him credit for that. And I'm proud of Ginge. And I'll say that on camera. I'm very proud of him because I watched him come up with that. And I hate to say the Busted Del Sol. Now look where he's at. He's one of the main guys drag racing on the. I give him 100% for that.
Yeah. He'll be here soon. So stay tuned for that too. There will be a lot more conversations about that.
Yeah, definitely. And from my perspective, I want to say my interactions with Bro, especially on my earlier stages with the Eclipse, was like my real introduction into the real street racing scene. Like I saw the street racing scene from whatever you see on YouTube, from Nice Ones and shit like that. But being around Whitey and seeing the real shit, how the money was, getting, switching around to meet up spots, how like terrible shit can really be, was kind of what opened up my eyes to the scene. And then just being around, other groups of friends, we like 18, 19 years old, still really green to this shit. And trying to figure out what our place is, and then here we got somebody else that we could sort of relate to that's just doing shit. And I said this to him when I spoke to him on the phone recently. There was a clip that he had put up with his Subaru, and it was him on a cross county, no lift to shift, right? And I watched that shit a million times when I was younger. My clips was auto, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. This nigga could drive. That's all that everyone knew, that Whitey can drive. So I would watch that video and it always stuck in my brain. So when I got the Challenger and I started spraying, guess what the fuck I started trying to learn how to do? Lift the shift. Off the sense of a video that I watched from Bro mad years ago, mad long ago. And now today I could be super confident, like, nah, nigga, you're not outshifting me. Because I paid so much attention to stuff that he was doing in cars prior to what the hell I got now. And that was what kind of motivated me to want to, one, be a better driver and kind of pay attention a little bit. Another point I kind of brought up a little bit earlier too was when my Eclipse motor had first popped. I had told him like, yo bro, I'm putting the motor together in the house. I bought a couple of books, I'm reading, I'm trying to learn. And he was like, yo, just make sure your clearances is on point. Make sure your clearances are good. And I looked at him and said, what the fuck is a clearance? I don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? Because I was like 17, 18. I don't know what none of that means. I wasn't a fucking mechanic. I'm fresh out of high school with this car that, my parents got me. I don't know what I'm doing. I broke the car immediately. The car was broken immediately. So he's like, yo, check the clearances, check this. And I have, other people, telling me, teaching me to read and all this stuff. So now I further my research on more information. All right, I got to get a gauge to read, the clearances on it. I got to make sure all this is tight and fits together properly before I put it together.
For other people that's out there that don't know what's a clearance, what is exactly this?
So basically clearances, and the dummy way to put this down is the spacing between two metal parts. So your piston and your cylinder wall has a certain amount of clearance which will be specified either by the manufacturer or whatever setup you're going with. There's a clearance space in which you can, have some room to play, or you want to oversize because you're going to boost, whatever the case is. It's really depicted on what your setup is supposed to be. So basically,
heat range.
Yeah, because again, that's just going to expand with heat.
Heat expands. You go too close with the clearance.
There's a lot involved. A lot involved. So basically, to sum it up, is basically the spacing between certain metals that certain metals with bearings or bearings, piston rings, anything that's gonna move, because that's where a lot of people's problems come from. I don't know if y'all been tuned in on some of the stuff we've been posting on the motor rebuild that we got going on.
Yeah, that's my shit right there.
There's
One of
some
the
clearance
things-
issues there,
Yeah.
but that's a perfect point to point out.
Definitely it is. Definitely it is.
So yeah, I didn't know shit about none of that. So bro kind of just started shooting like these little questions at me, and not knowing if I know the shit or not, he's asking me, but I don't know. And at this time,
I love doing that. You
Google
trigger
was-
that part of someone's brain.
100%.
Especially who's like he was really getting into it. So for me to trigger that part of his brain to go, why? That's how you learn. Because when I was sitting there in technical school, I'm sitting there, 17-year-old kid. My parents just handed over $40,000 to the school. I think, who the fuck I am? The little snap-on toolbox, right? Engine teacher goes, Tom, I'll never forget this man. I'll tell you two things he said that's always stuck. First he said, whatever he goes, look at your books. Look at the books. He goes, look at everybody around you. He goes, throw all that shit away. He goes, you'll learn nothing from these books. So now we're looking at it, and he's like, you're pretty much here for a certificate. So now we're like, there's 30 people in the class who just handed over $40,000 to this school. He goes, until you get your hands dirty with it, you're not gonna learn shit. He goes, no, the book does not teach you with a car with 150,000 miles that when a bolt is seized. All it tells you is remove this, remove that, it comes right out. No, it doesn't. Especially when you have a Ford G63 in a Mirage that the clearance to the subframe is this much. What are you getting? Nothing. You're getting nothing.
Feel pain over that.
Get your hands dirty. And the other thing, he goes, the true meaning of torque is when you wake up with a hard on and you gotta push it down the beat. That's how I learned what true torque is. He said, perfect. Tom is a great fucking man.
Every morning sucks for me. me and my car
That's
make
it.
a lot of torque.
Don't be afraid. And same thing with clearances.
Yeah.
I sat down and talked to one of the best machinists that I think in the East Coast, we need be the United States. Larry's Auto Machine in Connecticut. Guy name is Gary. He taught me, he goes, I don't care if your motor is K-Series, an RB26, 2J, everything is math and numbers. I take it, I have machines that do depth and thickness and this and that, and I come up with numbers that I feel that's gonna help with your build. He says, you can't tell me nothing to do to your motor. He goes, you tell me what to do, I tell you to leave, I have enough business. That's what a true machinist is, it's all numbers. So take your car, it's numbers and bolts, relax. Everything is replaceable, that's it. Take your time, there's rib nuts, there's people who weld, powder coat, relax. Take it apart.
Don't be afraid
That's
to
it.
break shit.
That's the thing, it's a fact.
Don't be afraid to break
I've been
shit.
breaking
I learned
shit
the
this
hard
whole
way.
fucking month.
I learned that shit the hard way. Again, like he said, I had no mechanical experience. I had no fucking tools. I just knew I broke the motor to a car that my parents bought me, and I have to figure out how I'm gonna fix it. So
See,
I
the great thing is, look where it
learned.
brought you.
100,
Because
yeah,
now you're sitting here knowing what the hell to do.
100%.
And that's what it is. Those nights that you sit, I used to sit there and lose hours and hours and hours and hours on Google and why does that, this and that, asking questions, messaging people 3 o'clock in the morning just to be ready for Saturday. And I never understood it, but now I sit in the garage, go, all right, that broke, I'll take care of it next week. It's simple. I know what to do, I know what to order. It's very simple. Like I was telling you, learn, don't be afraid at all. Take it apart. Take it apart. Figure it out.
I'm gonna process it. I'm gonna process it.
It's Legos for big kids. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I used to read the book like everybody else with connects and this big.
You can't be afraid to fuck it up. If you fuck it up, I put a motor together that fucking blew up immediately. But you know what? I learned and I did it. And no one can take that from me. Because I learned that shit on my own and I knew for the next time to not do something or to do something, whatever it is. You gotta not be afraid to fuck shit up or break shit. And that's part of that learning process for you on any vehicle, any project, to be honest, anything that you're working on in your life. If you shut yourself down early on a goal that you have, you're not gonna make it nowhere in life. So if you could continue to pursue whatever it is you're trying to figure out, this motor keeps fucking up, I need to find out what I'm doing wrong. Obviously you want to involve other people, maybe give you some insight, but at the end of the day, if you don't put that time in on that car, that's just not gonna do what you want it to do. You gotta tell that what you want it to be. You gotta manifest that happening for you. And that's what I did that for the Eclipse.
No, but you learn yourself, right? Let's take this into legit conversation. when there was a big race, how many people were at that line? Legit, like High Boost Midnight Auto, $19,000, $20,000 cash race. How many people? How many people were in that shop when the car broke?
0.
Learn it yourself. Do it yourself. Ask nobody for shit. Nobody. You're the one putting out 10 grand for a motor. You fucking learn how to do it. Because that's the biggest thing. I have one right-hand man that is with me. We leave our kids at home at night, and we're sitting in the garage figuring it out to make sure that we do what we got to do right.
That's one thing that I want to say I commend us.
I could say something on that because me myself, I put myself out there when it comes to that shit. Because I had trouble with my Charger. I have trouble even with my G8 right now. Charger, I had Google help me out, Google Autos. So I had him help me out a few times already with the Charger. Now I have V4s, which is actually just took my motor out for my G8. I got the G8 a few days, and then after a few days, it just went flew. So like he said about spacing, and I mean, what was it? Spacing or whatever on the pistons and all that. My pistons went in less than a few days. You understand? Motor gone, everything gone. But yet, I can say this. Some people would hold it down. You understand what I'm saying? Some people will hold it down. Because I can see plenty, a handful, that stood there 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Stood there and, yo, heck, this is how this shit go. Yo, heck, this shit fucked up. Yo, heck, this. And literally took their time off their family to do something for me.
That's a beautiful thing in this community.
It don't have to be everything by yourself. Sometimes you can find somebody that be able to help you.
Yeah, you know, you're right on that. Like I said, I do have a right-hand man. That's always there. But again, there's every Sunday morning, you know, that's the stipulation I have with my wife. Sunday morning, I'm at my garage. 90% of the time, I'm there by myself. So he's working, he's got to do what he got to do. But to learn is also a beautiful thing. No matter what, you're doing a tranny by yourself, you're going to get hurt.
Whoa. Excuse me?
Now, here we go. If you do a transmission, by yourself.
That's how we gotta speak here.
Yeah.
This guy look good.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
I usually don't do them by
That's the
myself.
sickest part. And even car clubs. And I know there's a couple of car clubs here, and I've been through it. I can't justify it no more. Because what I've seen is all these up and coming car clubs. Yes, there's a few that are 100% tight. 100% tight. But what happens every year? A new club comes out, gathers up 1,000 people. Then by winter time, everybody breaks off into their own cliques. By next summer, it's 3 people.
Everything's up. I mean, I've been in this car club shit for years already, and I actually left that shit alone because of that same reason. This right here, like this GSF shit, it all became because of like 3 people that was just going over this shit, and I already had something going. So I spoke to Grim. I don't know if we can cut anything off. I spoke to Grim, and everything just clicked. Like I didn't have to go and recruit nobody or anything like that. That's great. That's the reason why we doing this shit like the way it is going right now. It's getting crazy because we just doing shit and just clicking
It's
with each
organic,
other.
in my opinion, it's organic. Like how we said, as far as a helping hand, and what I want to say earlier was that I really commend everyone, at least on our side of the field, that put in so much work to help each other out, get cars ready, to get cars going, and not even just the physical help, but sometimes the emotional help on, yo bro, don't worry, we got this, because people don't understand the amount of anxiety and the
That
stress
shit
level.
right there,
So
bro.
so when you're so stressed out and your car's fucked up, you're used to someone
Imagine you got kids.
100%.
You understand what I'm saying? I got kids, bro. Imagine you just spent a couple of $1,000s on a car and this shit breaks in 2 days.
Oh yeah. I've been there.
And
Come on,
instead of your boys saying, "Oh, look at you," blah blah blah, laughing at you, they like, "Yo, bro, we're gonna get this.
We got this.
2 weeks before my wedding, I had to call my wife.
Feel me?
She goes, "You broke it?" My Evo. I said, "Yup." She goes, "Sell it." I had to sell it.
What is it?
Why should have break?
Yeah. I fucking, it made 900. 11 hours later, it's gonna rob me.
Yikes!
Done.
You know the vibes 4G63 shit.
That shit fucking gave up.
That's a real Evo, not those 4B11s. Don't get it twisted. Oh. For you guys out there with those Lancers.
Rally yards.
Ooh.
Rally yards.
Yeah.
Shame?
The scene has definitely changed. Though. It's
No,
definitely
like-
nothing like it was.
Have you seen some videos or or anything like that? Like
Of
you
course,
seen what's been going on lately and stuff like that?
I've definitely, I told him on the phone, I also told Ginge on the phone that I watched from the back, far back. And I called him, just so you talk about that emotion. I'll call you, look, what you guys are doing is great, man. I'm proud of you. That's it. Simple. Keep pushing, bro. We paved the way. Everybody here who's old school paved that way. And I'm minuscule on this pavement compared to some of the guys who really paved it.
That's what I really want this to be about. I want y'all to come out, like people like you that actually put work and did what y'all did back in the day. Come out here and speak about it. You know what I mean? And let it be known, like you did what you did. And, yo, without y'all, really, we won't be here right now.
But look from 2012 to now. How many like legit street racers? And I don't want to say ran scared, but they had to move to the track because it's so horrible, these meets. When you used to show up to meets, you knew what it was about. You knew that you were racing somebody. Whether it's for money, whether it's on a fucking 87 just to do the pole down that straight by cross county, it didn't matter. Nobody popped their hoods. Nobody cared if it was a rock box. Nobody cared about chrome this and stance that and negative to camera.
Now, they do homework. They try to figure out what exactly
They run
on
YouTube. Yeah, they run
They on
YouTube.
YouTube.
They run your VIN number and all that, dog.
Hold on. Not only that, they're probably even trying to talk to your boy, trying to see if they can get something out of it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but what's the fun
It's
is you
hell right
can't
now.
lose. Like the whole fun is if you can lose. Like I want to be able to lose.
Everybody knew my time, which was crazy. It was 1090. I never lied about it. My whole goal was to put it out there that I'm going for a record. Everybody, you'll give me 4 cars.
Damn.
Why are we racing? Why were you racing?
Head up, fucking driver to driver. I lose, I hand over the money, we go fucking eat. I don't care. What's the big? But everybody, oh, you're gutted. So what?
So what?
I'm 300 pounds. What the fuck? What did I gut?
I added it.
Put this in the fucking weight for the back.
I can't gut my stomach, but I can gut the car.
It's so sick to watch this, like the way it's going. And then now, again, because of technology met the V8 scene.
Yep.
It's easy for these Hellcat guys to make 1,000, start the car, and go to work.
The problem is they can't launch them.
100%.
They still have the 60.
But how many nights were we there wrenching on something to get the car ready for that night? Or how many times we waited on 138th Street or in the Brockton McDonald because the guy's like, yo, I just broke an axle on the test launch. And they're sitting there putting the thing together. Now they just show up with these
Now
M
they just
series
show up and
cars
car fucking works
and
all the time.
M4s and all these cars.
Well, not to know, the Beamers really don't work though, bro. They really come to the meet and then everybody's in limbo except one car. Whoever's racing that night is not in limbo.
Yeah.
And then that's how it goes down.
I was
No cap.
gonna put one thing there, one thing only. Like I would like to see more Hondas come.
Huh.
I would like to see
I
that.
think
Race
happen.
real cars.
Because you know what's
Race
funny?
real cars.
I mean,
like, come on.
Like it's not only about being real cars.
I'm giving spots
Yo,
too.
just the point.
I think the
you sit
community
there,
that comes with
do
them,
1,
too.
2 burnouts, 3 test hit, and you there like what the fuck when they gonna
It gave
do
a nice
like,
show.
Yo, it's
Yes,
like,
it was
yeah,
a show.
yeah.
100%.
You really want
And I think that's a lot of people get that twisted with me when I talk about like the stick shift shit and rear wheel drive cars and all wheel drive cars. Cars when they do the burnout or they're shifting gears and they're doing that, it makes a show. And I'm gonna be honest, watching the BMWs race is boring. They don't do no burnouts. They sound like shit. They all sound like shit. Anyone says BMW sounds good is a fucking liar. There's nothing cool about it. To be honest, they're not spitting no flames. When the Evos used to show up and they're fucking spitting flame on the floor on the sky, and they get like, whoa, what the hell?
And when they
This
got
is
the good
amazing.
test launch and everybody hyped up and put
Screams.
money in that car,
Everybody
that was
screams.
the sickest
It's
feeling.
not like that
And there
anymore.
was no propane tanks.
No.
There was no heating up the thing. Good luck.
Good
Good
luck.
luck. Oh God, that third gear's trucking.
It's fucking lighter.
I'm telling you, dude. I watched Joelle race the GTR. Remember Andrew Kent kid, some white kid with a 35. Joelle did at least about 45 test launches. He ended up. He went first to fourth in his white hatch. All of a sudden, I heard bang bang. I looked up the hutch, reversing up the whole hutch. I did. Bang.
Yo, he be wildin',
He did a
bro.
full pass. He said, "Fuck it, I'm coming back for round 2." That's what I love. I love
Yo,
it.
I'm so right now, like, yo, this nigga dead ass.
Was he racing off the hands?
Full
Was
play.
he racing off the hands?
Off hands.
Oh, yeah,
Robert
Joe
Mack.
Mack. always off hands.
Yeah, was-
I watched.
He's trying to hit me. He's trying to hit me with one of those stories.
Yeah, he trying to race us.
He's trying to race
He's
me.
trying to
Robert
hit me
Max,
with
who's
that.
now technically almost a professional driver, or is. I watched him with his hatch that he had when he was 16 at the same high school I went to. I watched him race Silver Surfer, Evo, 1,000 times. They kept racing each other. Then what's the guy with the
That's
black
a
EK
throwback.
turbo? That was a big one. Silver Surfer, Evo versus that car on the Sheridan 1,000 times. That's what I miss. I miss those days. The B series was the biggest thing. B is the way. B is the way. I remember those guys. It's sick. I miss the Hondas. And now, who would have thought, how many years later, that they're in that much of a single digit pass, 7 seconds.
Yep.
Now these big V8 guys, Mr. Fucking Big Shots, no, that's all-wheel drive. I'm not racing that. Why? What happened?
Hey,
What
I
happened?
race all-wheel drive all the time. I stay racing all-wheel. I sit
You see my dog.
Do you win? Sometimes.
I lost.
I lost, I won.
You gotta give them credit.
Yo, my slower
I
Mustang
jumped the light
would
on
win.
him,
My
so
Mustang would
I
beat
got
them more than anything.
I love underdogs. I always love underdogs. Love them on camera. Love
Hey,
them.
bro, I wasn't gonna sit there, but
100%. I think actually you putting that energy and that me seeing somebody with a Subaru or with an Evo and fucking shit up, and just you exposing me to the Honda scene and seeing these people fucking shit up, seeing 9-second Hondas exposed me to a world where I was like, yo, you know what? This little bullshit Mitsubishi can go fast. And then when I went and I got my Challenger, I was like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna get a V8, the RT, the cheapest one, because I know I'm not gonna break bank for to show off for other people. I'm gonna get the one I want. That sounds good. Build it because I like to build. Because one, if I get a fucking Hellcat and I spend all that money on that shit, I'm not gonna be able to afford to fucking do that and do all this other shit. So I get a car that's within my price range that it won't hurt me, even if I break it or fuck up. I can continue living my life. And one, you learn more on that platform, a new platform. You want to build shit. I think when you have that mindset of making something that people wouldn't expect to be fast, it just.
It's that wow factor.
It is a wow factor, and then you get into the fucking field that we're in now, where nobody wants to race us. It's fucking corny as hell.
Nobody wants head up no more. Everybody wants cars because they watch you show paints. Like, this ain't paints.
Pinks.
Head the fuck up, let's do it. I remember stopping people going to work on a hutch, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, waiting all night for these cars to do 1,000 test hits to finally
Yes.
race. And people, I gotta get to work. People going, shut your fucking mouth. And when we're done, you can
Where's
go to work.
Danteezy at?
What up? No,
Tell the niggas shut the fuck up. Up on a
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
You gotta let niggas know, boy. You gotta let niggas know. We outside.
But
bro.
now it's, again, the BMW, all you hear is, and that's it. Race is done.
Race over.
You can get 4 or 5 races.
It's boring.
It's cool,
Yeah.
but it's not the same. And
It's
I get
boring.
it, times are different, you know, but if you gotta put up 1,000 meat spots up on your Instagram story before you even run a meet, you already know it's gonna be a shit show.
It's different.
yo, we got Ginger in the building. I need a seat. I think I brought that.
The yellow chair. Please, yeah, put that right there. Shout it out real quick while you here, bro.
Skinny Sauce was getting us the wins. Everybody hopping on the wave.
And
So
And if you need skinnies, you know who the fuck to hit up. Ginger 50. Hit him up for the skinny sauce. If you try to buy skinny sauce anywhere in the area, just know it ain't gonna work out.
the only spot that's available is Unico. That's it.
How's it looking then? Straight? Alright.
Me?
And he said, being that I'm ass backward and my daily turning into my old fat car, which vehicle do you think is a great starter car that I can put my hands on and get busy with?
Honda, like we all, that's my opinion. but-
That's me?
Yeah.
who told
Your
you?
professional
Okay,
opinion.
I've turned plenty of daily drivers into race car. Dumbest fucking decision I've ever done. Dumbest. I bought a pickup truck. That's the best thing I ever did. If your daily car is going into a race car, buy something to compensate. Get to work. I'm telling you.
Get a Jeep.
And legit, a pickup truck is, I think, the best thing. I bought a pickup truck. Best thing I've ever done for a car guy. Parts, engines, towing cars. That's it. Do what you gotta do. But be careful. Some of these Chevys, you buy a Pro Charger, it gets sideways quick. It goes sideways.
Yeah, the Pistons do too.
Yeah, it went sideways for real.
Yeah, the Pistons went sideways.
Anyways, y'all can see the video in the page.
Yikes.
So don't worry, anybody can get next name when that shit finished.
Mr. Janitor,
Oh,
Bring
why
back
one,
the-
my youth?
bring back the real street race.
That's a fact.
Big facts.
Pat, you're one of them too, buddy. You were out there heavy with the ISF. You were out there heavy.
And the fucking Accord.
Yo, He was
Yeah, that's-
out. He didn't care who it was. He was out there with that H22 Accord as if he lived there. Like he waited on the hut for somebody. Like he just parked his car and waited. It was every night I saw a video. Pat is one of my dudes, man, for real. He's a great guy.
I think we could sort of agree that it's just kind of refreshing to bring up some of the people who've been putting in work, and we kind of embrace them. They kind of embrace us, and we all understand that this is the shit this is where we would like the street scene to kind of go from here on out. We want people to push out the real street racing and make everything a little bit more community based, where it's not necessarily aggressive, but it's okay to share information. It's okay for people to talk to people, ask questions. Because I know like some people nowadays just be a little bit weird on asking questions. That's kind of why we want to do the podcast thing too, is to share information with people. Any of our builds, you ask any of us about any of our builds, we're going to share it to you as much as we can, and how we can maybe assist you or help you in whatever you got going on, and just to improve the environment of the scene that's
That's
going on
even
right
if
now.
we're just pointing you in the right direction too. Like, for instance, if we know someone else is better with a build or a certain model or whatever, we'll point you in their direction, see if they can.
100%. 100%.
They also make for a great
Especially
race.
even if they don't.
Two
even
fast
if they-
cars make for a great race.
Even if they don't fuck with us, you know what I mean? Or that's not our people's, we're gonna send you. If they do what they do good, you gotta respect it, and we're gonna send you that way. If we can't help you with that, whatever you got going on, like yo, maybe you should go call these people. They are better with that platform than we are, or they may have a better opinion than we do right now. And that's straight up respect. It is what it is. Some people do certain things better than other people, and we respect that.
And it's just like battling an arena in UFC. There's plenty of guys who, when you're in a ring, it's about the ring, it's about the fight. But after that, dap up.
100%.
I've had my share of races where we've chased people off the highway, and it turned into something it should have never, over bullshit money. You know,
As long as they issue.
you know what I mean? So
See if we could fix the camera a little bit.
Oh, more that way.
it's
So I'm gonna jump in this real quick because he just came in. You had something to say about Ginger a little bit earlier. He's here. I think you should say it again. Just make it clear for him.
bro, I want to say he's a piece of shit. No. I watch this kid, and I'm gonna say kid. No disrespect. I watched him as a kid, both of them. I'm only 31. I'm not like I'm some old fuck. But I watched him as a kid with the Del Sol and have almost nothing. Like, what did you have after that?
I stopped.
There was a big gap.
Yeah, because I was just trying to work and try to get myself on my feet, try to get something nice.
I watched this kid almost every other night with this dumb fuck doing some charade in the middle of a line, racing.
Which we still do.
And to watch him do that was such a good feeling. Like, I remember him watching me, asking me questions. Like, now I'm like, yo, where the race is at?
So, back to the kid word that he just used. I can say yes as a kid because I used to sneak out my house to go see him race. Like, I used to deadass climb out the window when everybody was knocked out, wait for my boy Big John. You remember John with the cord?
Yeah.
He used to pick me up and we used to go watch the races or go chill. You know, it wasn't only on a racing level because, again, he was an adult figure in our eyes, and he always guided us in the right direction. When it came to cars or just life in general, he always had something he had some type of advice for us. So that's why he was a big idol in I don't know about Grim's a piece of shit, but in my life, you know, when it came down to it, he was a big idol, you know.
Nah, that's what I was talking about a little bit before he came, was that me and his relationship was very combative at first, but he asked me a lot of questions. Well, he would say a lot of things that would make me question what I was already doing. Obviously, your DSM's a piece of shit. Your auto's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And it get me tight, and we'll get against each other. But at the end of the day, and I think maybe him as an adult can understand now, and me as an adult now understanding now, is that I was a kid trying to learn something. And I was a kid working on my own car, trying to figure out shit, and I didn't have no one telling me, yo, this is the right way to go. This is the right thing to do. All I had was, I'm chilling with y'all niggas at a race at a weird hour, and I want to go home and do the same thing, but my car's not set up for that. So if he's asking me a question, you could take it harshly and be pissed off, or be like, yo, you know what, maybe what he's saying is true.
But that was
Look
the
this up.
personality, though. That
That
was
will always be.
that was
Because
first.
what?
Because
And
we used to go anywhere, and you know, as soon as he would pop up, it was, oh my God, Subi this, Subi that. I want to get a Subi. I was like, go tell that man you want a Subi. They'll go walk up to him, bro, like, yo, I want to get a Subi. Worst fucking decision you ever make
I
in your
remember
life.
that shit.
Like,
I think he did that
go-
to
go
like
off.
advanced auto or some shit.
You know, he always kept it a buck.
And like I said, it's just watching you two guys grow up and like do what you're doing now. I'm beyond proud. I love watching it.
What's up? Got a question?
No, Mr. Genesis said keep up these videos, love the content, and
Pat, you coming on here next, bro.
what's better, a full charge or twin turbo? Asking for a friend.
You're gonna think I'm crazy. I'm
Hold
telling
on, before you get into that, right? They said way back on Tuckahoe Road.
Yeah, Stucco Road's right by Central Avenue in Yonkers, so yeah, I was always over there.
So full charge or twin turbo? Go ahead.
Okay, for what? V8, obviously, right? V8.
Of course.
I would go Pro Charger.
Why is that?
Simplicity, snaps instantly, instant power, and that's it. You're not revving a V8 to fucking 12 grand.
Less wear than forward, too.
That's it. You change oil with the freaking, when you change your oil in the car, that's it. Pro Charger.
Actually, you know what? I have an answer for
It
that.
snaps like a supercharger and it pulls like a turbo.
I got an answer for that. What's better? He said Pro Charger or Twin Turbo. You know what's better? Out of those two?
Don't say all
Nitrous.
motor.
Fucking bottles.
Let's fucking go!
No.
One button, two button, just go. That's
Slap a 150 shot, call it a day, baby.
200 shot.
You know what's
nigga.
funny, bringing up old days again? When people used to sit there with the blowtorch with a nitrous
He
bottle
still
to the bike.
does that.
No,
He still does that.
I got a bottle
You know how
here.
dangerous that is?
got
And we're
bottle
sitting there
here.
going, you warming it up? And
I
they
did
sit there with a
that.
blowtorch
No
and
gauge,
nitrous bottle.
no gauge.
What you talking about?
That was you.
Okay.
What
That's
you talking
you.
about?
sick.
What are you talking about?
You're sick.
Yo, this guy right
Yo,
here.
I had like
I
three
started-
nitrous
They were
backfires.
fucking idiots.
I had mad
I
nitrous
started doing that,
backfires.
but look, I'm gonna be honest. When I did the nitrous shit, I think everybody can say this. I didn't know fucking dick about nitrous.
Me neither,
I
bro.
just started reading
Well, you
shit.
know about
No, wait,
nitrous
hold on,
now,
hold
you
on.
still fucking
No,
do it.
no,
Bro, the way you told us the
Me
way you just said to
Grim-
learn, I learned nitrous by
Why?
blowing up my car, nitrous backfires, nigga, shit
Why?
blew on the half one
When
thing,
Grim-
like dead ass.
Yo, backfire will blow your fucking
Yo,
head
shit
off.
shot right around
Oh,
the face,
yeah.
mad fun.
Double down. Grim had told me the original idea when he wanted to go nitrous, bro, and I don't know shit. I didn't know shit about nitrous either until he brought it up. Bro, we sat down like on our own time to just did our own research, and then we just kept going at it back and forth until he figured it out. And
What's scary is how cheap a nitrous kit is.
Yeah.
Especially used and how much it's gonna
800
cost
Oh,
you
used
when you
300.
blow it up. Totally
That
different.
hasn't happened. Hasn't
yeah,
happened.
look
What?
at that. We just sat down and did our own information.
We
did
talking
our
about Dodge
research,
told me the other day from the warranty department.
Nah,
and
nah.
he's been good.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna say
challenge
those
was on fire.
And
Like on fire.
important shit.
I'm trying to close the hood and put it out. This shit was on
It's
fire.
getting no oxygen.
From
But
the fucking
that's
nitrous,
just like,
man.
that's just like a Pro Charger or a turbo. If you don't make sure your oil's good, if you don't make sure the fucking your intercooler piping is good, if you don't make sure your plugs are good, you're gonna have a fucking problem. And that's what I learned about nitrous is that it's just like every other fucking power adder. You gotta pay attention. Yes, it is.
Bro, nitrous is the worst one. The
No, it's
shit
not.
always
It's the
catches
safest
on
one.
fire. Shit always wants to be on
Nitrous is
fire.
not flammable, so that's bullshit.
Did you not watch your first Fast and
Did you watch
Furious?
Fast and
That's
Furious?
bullshit.
It blows up green.
No,
My
it's
sister was in
not.
chemistry class.
No, no.
Nas.
No, that's fake. That's fake.
Yo, get
Hold
this
on,
man
I'm
off
ex-
this fucking show.
I'm explaining. When you see people in flames because of nitrous, it's usually the fact that they melt the fucking fuel line. That's it.
What about the manifolds blow up? Mine blew up.
Yeah,
twice.
and boy, what's on top of your manifold? The
Right.
fuel line, Papa. Okay. Bro, I read a lot of shit. I spent 3 a.m. weird ass times. I'm sending Ginger some shit. We going back and forth talking, and that's how I learned about the shit. I used to use the torch for a long time. It was dumb as hell.
But again, we're making jokes about it, but I was the SL2 in the circle watching the dude eat it. And it was the best was when you had an EG hatch and a motherfucker bolted it right in its spare tire well, right on top of the fuel tank. Sit there and you're like, any leak, it's over.
Yo, my nitrous line blew up, but fucking, it froze my whole car one time. So I had backfires and it froze my car one time.
Man,
Yo, it's fucking bad,
yo,
bro.
there.
Nitrous is the way, OG. Go ahead.
Yo, nitrous is the way, bro.
Nitrous is the way.
No, it's not.
No, you,
Anyway,
you
so
know
anyway,
you want to go
I have a
nitrous.
bottle
You
heater
know
on
you
the
want to know
car.
how that shit feels.
It's set up perfect.
Thank God.
It's the best bottle heater I had. You know what it was? I only started heating up my bottle with the torch because the original bottle heater I had was one of the ones that you plug into like the cigarette lighter. It wasn't enough wattage. Again, I didn't know this until I ran into the situation, and I saw the one I had was like 100, was 90 watts.
And I'm
The one I
you
bought
keep
was
on
like
charging, right?
300.
Yo,
You got a hard one, bro.
wait, I used
That's what it's on.
remember we told me to use
But it
that
goes right
torch
to battery?
to light up my bottle.
So I also did that one off of.
Tell him that.
No.
Tell him that. Yo, you know I use the real
There's
torch to
the
light my
ginger.
bottle, like the
There's
real
the
torch, the
ginger.
propane torch.
Yeah.
I used that to light my bottle one day. Me and it. There, that's the back of my.
No,
You're
did
lucky you
that
guys
shit
to not here, not waving like this. Sick.
It worked.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
do.
flammable, guys. Nitrous is not flammable. Don't believe that.
No,
Fast and
exactly.
Furious one's
This
not a lie.
is the ginger.
Uh-oh.
When you race, when you race a Jeep for state, asking for a clap.
Jeep
Bro,
for
that
state.
Jeep ain't got
Yo,
shit.
listen, all I'm saying is I want Wagyu
The blue Jeep.
straight marble when I smoke that shit. So they got him in Yukaku. So we just go there.
That
Rich
Kobe
tapping
beat,
in
that
and
Marvel.
talk about-
Yep.
I'm actually. Why did you get?
Y'all can race
You
my
had
beef
all-
any day.
you had-
Hey yo.
Or they said nitrous plus turbo or meth plus turbo.
Yo,
Okay, but
yo,
the-
T, I don't know about meth.
Okay, but now on what pretense?
Wait,
Are you gonna run 93 with meth?
What was the question?
I thought you were 85 with meth.
What was the question?
It's,
So,
it
nitrous
just said
and turbo
nitrous
or-
plus turbo or meth.
But
plus
see,
turbo.
that's very open-ended on both ends, because if you're gonna run nitrous to spool a turbo, like with sooner or later, when I'm at my power level with my automatic, I'm gonna need some type of nitrous to come up on the stall. But I'm not gonna use it down the strip. So meth was the cheaper version of going race gas. But people used to use windshield washer fluid, which people don't know is
There
methanol.
you, yeah,
But that used to
definitely-
clog jets.
But
And then
that's-
also you're sitting there at 9,000 RPM, go for that money shit. You hit, chow chow, done.
Money shift.
Yeah.
These guys don't have that no more.
Oh, shit. the money thing. So, but it depends on what way you're going. Dude. That's very open-ended.
Yeah.
So like all the Beamers use meth.
Yeah, because I don't think you can't. They're all direct injection, correct? So you can't get injectors to run E85 unless you get like a booster.
Nah, they run E85 and meth.
But is it mixed like 93 or straight E85?
E85,
I think they're-
100%.
I think
No,
a lot
they're
of them are
mixed. They're mixed unless they get like.
Because direct
Really? I
injection.
thought they were using that X85 shit. They be buying that
Because
shit.
direct injection fucks you fast.
Yeah, but they're going port and direct.
And then like the Hellcat shop I work at, everything unless if it's a demon or whatever, it's all booster pumps.
What's that?
It's a like a solenoid, so to say, and that helps because it's a twin pump. It helps boost what the pumps can.
So instead of meth, you do
No, that's what you need to like run E or something like that. But methanol is just, it's a cheap race gas. But it's just like a nitrous. It comes in on a certain time, it's off a switch, it's off something, and then that switch don't work, or that wire gets loose because it's your daily driver, you go to hit it and your car calls for XYZ timing, XYZ fuel, XYZ boost. That computer don't see that. If it's, a stock computer, that might say, that's fine. No, it's not.
What do you think about ice tanks?
Blow shit up.
Very good. I'm actually putting one on the track call now. Very good.
What do you think what cars should get ice tanks? Well, like supercharged cars?
Well, big heavy cars, that's it. They're heavy. Why not? Why not cool it? Do you want to run on a hot day without water or with water?
With water, of course. But the ice tank isn't.
I mean, I got an ice box in my
more
car.
complicated, like what you're doing.
No, it's not that it creates more. Yes, there's every time you tee into something, whether the tee is this big or the length of the car, which is 20 some odd feet of holes or whatever, you're adding more points of failure. But it's all right because the gain is a lot more than it being bad. But ice tank is 100%. These cars when you're driving on a 100-degree day, you guys know Dodges and Hellcats and stuff like that. Your header is this close to the freaking chassis wheel.
Yes, sir.
So you think that's let go heat? It's not. Cars get hot. It is what it is. Ice tanks are
I don't
fine.
understand to this day why fucking Pro Chargers on Hemis sit at the back of the fucking firewall. I don't understand.
Well, even like the Maggies though, the jack shafts in the back.
That shit's fucking.
I don't know why, but they snap them though. That's why the Ripatoon makes the billet shaft. now.
That's why, if you have issues with your car getting in hot air, you want cooler air, just fucking use nitrous.
Not gonna lie though, way back when Nopi Nationals, if you had the intercooler spray with nitrous.
Yo, that was
you
the
were the
shit.
shit.
That was the shit.
You were the shit.
Nah, fuck that.
That
They
Silver
still-
Evil way
they
back when
still
used to
do
have
that.
that.
I remember
the Spanish kid.
the Super niggas, the dudes from from Queens or Long Island, whatever. They used to race the Supers and they would spray the fucking intercooler with fucking nitrous. I think even when the Bump Squad Talon race, they fucking sprayed the intercooler
That
with
car was
nitrous.
no joke. I was there for that
Yo, what
race.
the fuck?
That was
Yeah, I got left on
They
the side of the
both
road.
broke. If you watch the video, the first car that comes around the corner was my STI before I went to cold gutted. Watch, you'll see my car come around and I go around.
I sent the video in the chat, like right before you guys went live, of you running top level. 10 years ago.
Oh, it was top level.
12 years
Wow.
ago.
My tech car, top level. I was actually gonna try to find that. That was my first loss.
Yeah, you slept on the line.
No, do you know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I never raced with launch control before. My tuner's like, yo, you racing tonight, right? He hooked up the launch control, I was hyped. But I didn't, like, I was always told with a Subaru, you can't stay on. The minute you hear that wah, bam, bam, and it slows down, it pulls timing. That's why it slowed down. The computer, for its failsafe, pulls timing. So I got nervous. I usually just used to leave off my clutch, not know. And I sat there, before, as he's coming up, I didn't come up quick enough. You know why that race hurt me? And I was talking about White Castle too. You guys went to White Castle.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
Wait, oh my God. That day, my girlfriend at the time got $440. I said, yo, babe, give it to me. I get it. I'll give you the best Valentine's Day I can give you. And I lost the money that day. That's my first loss.
He didn't get a shit.
I was like, you want to go out? Nah, don't get dressed up. We'll go out somewhere. But that's the car world, man.
So now y'all know, if you haven't seen Whitey, offer to give him White Castle.
I'm fucking tell you, got my ball sack.
Matter of fact, that picture still comes up on my Facebook too.
What?
So when it comes up, when we stack the White Castle,
Yeah. You guys stand for me. That was all fun and games. That was all fun. This game has changed so much. It really has.
It did. Yo,
But
didn't you say
you have to expect it to.
You had something to say earlier or some shit?
Oh yeah. So you ask
Oh yeah, I was actually very interested. I have no idea who these people are, but I'm very interested.
what?
Something about somebody hit him up or something.
BMW. That was the BMW bullshit. So, I got this new rental car, right, that you guys are all fucking a big fan of. It's a very stock car, because it's honestly like a popular rental. It's a fucking rental at this point. Turo, you can rent it out. And I noticed that when you guys seen the car lose, right, you guys started keep hitting it up to try to race it. Now, why would you want to keep racing the car that keep losing and to stop? When you know everything.
Free money.
Like, you can honestly look up the car and know what's gonna do because there's nothing in it. So, what do you guys get out of it? So then when I do come back out, probably next time, I bet you none of you guys are gonna race the same people. You guys know who you are. So, I'll see you guys. I'll screenshot you guys. So you guys can see you guys.
Tell us a little bit about that. What do you got planned for that?
So this is what happened. I raced that 540. I got walked. He beat me by like a car and a half. Gave me a car and a half. So you know what time it was with that. He beat me like 3.
Hold up. What's that? What you got there? Can you pass me that Danny pack you got there? Pass me that Danny pack. We're gonna move on to the next subject.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yo. So what do you think about what's going on now in the scene compared to what you had going on, and maybe what do you like or dislike that you see right now? Like, let's say like the Ginger era versus your era.
All right.
What do you see different?
So when I was coming up in high school, like I spoke about, you showed up to a parking lot, it was the set time every weekend, unless if it was rain or different snow or cold. But even the same guys used to show up to Dunkin' Donuts on Tuckahoe just to even chill and talk. Whatever. So we're gonna do timelines. So that was the thing, you knew the race. Didn't matter if your car was rusted, boosted, XYZ, whatever, you were there to race. Then around 2011, 12, don't quote me on that, stance shit started coming in, where people started talking, like legit race cars were giving up everything they had to go camber. And then they would hit me up, yo, what camber arm should I run? You should go fuck yourself because I don't know what a camber arm does because I don't need one. My wheels stay straight. I do positive camber, so when I fucking launch, they come straight.
Very
Make that
important.
contact.
So, I don't care. I don't care about your negative 18-degree offset, 4-inch lid, 7-inch lid. I don't care. I don't care about your airbags. So that was the era that really pushed me away from the scene. And now it's been there was actually a real big dry spell. There was about a year and a half of like nothing, right?
Yeah.
And nothing big. Once in a while, Ty Boogie would post or nice ones. You're like, oh shit!
Once at a time.
Like, oh shit! And then all of a sudden it's over. Who's the Guyanese dude who had the red Evo that was beat that Supra? That started kicking.
Chicken?
Yes,
Chicken?
he started kicking stuff up again.
That was
Oh,
around 2013, 14-ish.
Right?
Yeah.
15 he had it too though. Cause I met him at East Beck in like 16.
It was like 14, 15.
What is E-Spec doing now? Oh fuck.
He is working again.
Alright.
He's working again.
So whatever.
That's another topic.
So I thought there was some type of like light at the end of the tunnel. Nothing. Stan shit took over again. It was meets. Let's see who could go over a speed bump without breaking their bumper. That was the new races. You know, people foot racing or limboing in a parking lot. I'm not doing that. You can go fuck yourself. I'm saying. Then now, with him and a couple of people in the tri-state area who are actually still pushing that barrier, you know, you're pushing that locked door, you know, and still getting in. But now, with all these good lease programs from Dodge, you know,
Nitrous lease car.
Yeah, but you know what I would say though? Look,
you can get, and now it's just these donuts.
No, nobody
Yeah,
really.
that's it.
Nobody's
That's
really
fucked
doing
up. I just
V8 and
posted a
rear-wheel
video
drive.
doing
Like
that.
nobody's really doing. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody's really doing that V8 rear-wheel drive shit.
I went
kinda
to
like-
Newburgh. These country
got-
white
down here.
motherfuckers, I'm telling you, I'm white. These hillbilly motherfuckers are showing up with twin turbo Chevelles, like legit pro mod cars on the street.
Yeah, but down here they're not doing.
They're
like
not.
Down here, this is like a straight. Like
The
they're just
new
going
Instagram
along.
videos is somebody getting whacked by a
it's
fucking
lack of
charger,
information. In my
watching
opinion,
them
it's lack of
fucking
information.
fly like an idiot, and that's the So you just ruined $100,000 car for what? For what? For what? You look like a moron now. Because again, New York started to stand shit because of Cali. We always try to compete with them. Fucking let them stay in the sunshine. They don't even have 93. Let them stay over there with the 91. Leave us the fuck alone. Then in Atlanta, wherever the fuck this is, Vice came out with that documentary with the fucking, what are they, side shows now in the middle of the intersection?
Detroit, they did that shit.
Now all of a sudden we're doing it. Now all of a sudden it's an East Coast thing.
You know how to
Take it deep. Waste of time.
The Mopar guys.
Take it easy.
That's it. Take it deep.
Sure, the Mopar guys are
It
really
is
on
them.
it.
I'm not gonna lie, it is them.
They give a good fucking, they give a good lease
We
deal,
got
they
the-
get it, that's it. And now I
Yeah,
can't blame them. A reliable
think
car.
there's a button in that car, because it's always a charger. There's a button in there that says do donuts, they press it and the car just starts spinning.
Yo, listen, bro.
It's easy.
Come on, charge.
That was the new gen charger.
Yeah, the new gen, not your gen.
When you start coming out with scat
It's
bags.
for sale, bro.
So,
It's for sale, you heard that?
but again, it's just, I don't get it. It used to be cool, like once in a while, like E36 kid like come in sliding.
It was
like,
fun
oh!
at the time, yeah.
Now it's like legit, people are getting hurt, like fucking like. You went from the stance to like performance just to do donuts.
I kind of miss like.
Buy a 240.
Yeah.
You wanna know-
Crash it to a wall, you
You-
fucking take the
you-
plates off, you leave it.
What I think it
What's the
really,
$500?
Yeah,
What I
that shit got
think
a
it really
trim tax
fucked
now. It's
everything
like
up is
10K.
the music shit. That's what fucked up most
Shadow.
of most of the spots that we had before. Cause I was around.
Oh, with the controls?
Yeah, like when they
Like
take out the
DJ
box and the
booths?
yeah. So that's what
Oh, you
really
remember
fucked
that?
up most of the spots.
I remember with Devon.
Yeah.
Oh, Devon watching.
He is.
I think that's what fucked up most of the spots right now as we speak. You can't even go to Congress or fucking Gun Hill over there by TGI.
Oh yeah, that was a big.
Spot.
That was,
TTI.
Yeah, but they also be doing that shit
how
with
many
the.
pictures we have together with the cars
A
over
lot
there?
of fucking pictures together.
What about when they hit the brakes?
Yo,
When they hit the
hold
brake
up.
shit?
I want to bring this up. I don't know how
Oh, the
many.
Andy
It
Leg.
shows for gunshots. Every time
Yeah,
you
yeah,
fucking
Andy
do
Leg.
it, it shows for
I don't know how
gunshots.
many of y'all remember this. I don't know if it's gonna spark a memory in a lot of other people's heads, but what hurt me a lot was the fucking Orchard Beach car shows being dead now. 'Cause
Oh,
my
yeah.
homeboy passed away, I guess, and they don't do that shit no more. So we don't have that Orchard Beach car show shit. And that was something that kind of pushed me to want to push the car shit more on people because me, obviously being a young kid, growing up, going to these shows, seeing these muscle cars made me like muscle cars. Me seeing this shit made me like this shit. So now that we don't have that, what do kids do? They gotta look on the internet, they gotta watch, they gotta go to these meets, the meets suck dick. So what do? They're gonna be on YouTube. So we try to, if you on YouTube and you're on the gram, we wanna show you what's really going on outside. So to try to motivate people into this world in a more positive way than what they don't have what we have.
You know what my Orchard Beach was? Zariga Avenue.
That's a throw.
And when they fucking repaved it, loved it. Fucking, I'm telling you, I saw everybody from fucking up there looking. Their cars are going off. Oh man,
Do you remember when we did a Zariga meet before it got bad? And I remember some guy trailered a fucking whole race car to the Dude, that was the wildest. And they had like a high booster there too. Like, why are they doing it? That was crazy. But it was so dope and so authentic. It was so real. Like at that time, it was fun. Like, yo, these niggas brought this car. That's so dope. That's so cool. Now it's like somebody brings that youth. Other people like, oh, what's he doing here? Why they here? They not here to race. They not here. Like everybody's so combative now. It's kind of corny and kind of whack.
Everybody thinks it's for the gram. Everybody
it's kind of whack. At that time, bro, nobody even pulled their phone out. We saw a dope car. Like, yo, that's fire. Nobody pulled out their
Matter of
phone.
fact, you brought something because I was watching on the way over here when you said somebody was racing. You said how many people was at the line or how many people was at the high boost?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Midnight Auto and all.
Yeah, so let's compare that to what happened with IBO and the Mustang from Queens. They couldn't even get the race off because it got so crazy on social media where niggas was doing flamethrowers on the highway and niggas crashing on the highway at the line.
Yeah.
You know, this
More people have a
really
line
killing
than should be there. My fault.
They was taking out beach chairs and
Yeah,
chilling on the line.
chilling. Matter of fact,
But that pushes
your boy right here was there. He was right next to the car that got smacked.
Yeah, there's people that be wild. They be going to the races, pulling people's pants down, shooting them with Nerf guns. Like that's mad disrespectful, bro. Like get the race.
Knock yourself out.
Call me at the line.
Yo, throw me a light. Throw me a light.
Recorded. I'm like, oh. No. You know what's the best part? Is I hear a faint. I'm sorry, bro. Right before it happens.
Yo, that's fucked up.
That's a good friend. I apologize before I even did it.
So I kind of had heads on. Like, oh shit.
It was just fun because you apologize.
I apologize because I didn't want to make him feel a certain type of way. His pee was out in front of everybody. So that's
This is the life
I
you chose.
didn't see nobody
This
else.
is the life you chose.
The cameras is on.
You said yes to this shit.
He said yes to being my man. I'm sorry.
So
Do what you got to do. No homo.
that was too late. He got you. Whatever.
But yeah, that
The game
social media
works.
shit killed everything.
Nah, for real.
Of course
for
it
real.
is. That's it. The
That
lies,
whole
the
promoting,
this,
like,
There's too much shit y'all doing for clout. There's too many of y'all being weird about racing, and in myself included. That I'm only gonna race Civics or I'm only gonna race that. Like, all right, that's fine. Then just don't be outside, bro. Like I talk my shit about I'm not gonna race him because he's not stick. I just don't be outside. I don't be racing. So I can say the shit that I say because I'm not outside. I'm not doing it. But there's some of y'all that's out here. Oh, I want to run. I want to run this. Post my car for a race. Then when niggas ask you to race, you dub it. Oh, it's not a Civic. It's not a Honda. I don't race. Oh, you're not front wheel drive. I don't want to race you. Then don't even ask to race, bro. You're being weird. It's unnecessary.
yourself up.
For that, just don't be outside, bro. Unless you're gonna race anything for whatever, or at least try to find something in your bracket, bro. That's fine. But to just dub everything and say you only looking for that, that's like me saying I'm only gonna race 5.7 challengers. That's dumb as hell. I'm gonna spank all them niggas. That's stupid.
It's the way that's going now. Like I said, with these Hellcats, with this GTR, this and that.
I think
Mustangs, this like 1,000 horsepower, it gets thrown around like it's nothing.
that's
We used to hear 400 horsepower.
Hell yeah, I
Holy
lost my marbles.
shit, that guy
Shit
spent
makes
this money.
380 on a dime. I'm pissed.
You know what I mean?
That's a
So
fast
it's
car
so
back in the
easy
day.
now to go fast. It's just, but a lot of people can't handle the power.
I remember when 250 on the B series was badass.
Oh,
You had a 250 horsepower B series.
you heard that VTEC crack?
I'm not gonna front. That's still kind of dope for me. I like to see them cars make power like that.
It's crazy. It really is. And then I can't even explain it anymore. Like it's so easy to go fast. It's so easy for their mom to buy them a MC like an M2, do a JB tune, and you're at 4,500 running 10s.
Yep.
The RS3s, like all these
And then
cars.
arguing with us of why we don't want to race them. Like, okay, bro.
Yeah, true.
Like they're proven, like technology. This is why a lot of the JDM guys, like I could get a bunch of shit for this, ran scared. Is because now the V8s caught up with the technology of the Japanese cars, and that's fucking scary. For you to sit there and tune a V8 to fucking run on E85, and even the turbo I got, which is the air-cooled comp turbo, you don't need nothing.
New one, yeah.
You poke two of those motherfuckers in the back of the bumper, nobody sees. You're making 1,000 horsepower fucking twin turbo. It's scary. It's scary. You should do that, maybe. Be nice.
I don't know.
Switch it up.
I'm over it.
There we go.
I'm over it. Which I guess is something we could touch on real quick because we were having this conversation before, and we didn't want to. We wanted to save it. He was asking me about the Eclipse a little bit, what's going on with that.
Yeah, I was talking to
So basically,
Just now in my mouth.
basically what I was trying to get to him is that I kind of lost the drive for like the racing scene, where with the Challenger, I'm happy with the car how it is. As far as I get in the car, it makes me smile. I have fun driving it. I enjoy it, and I'm not really worried about pursuing anything more than with the car right now, because it starts every day, it runs every day. I got a daily, it starts, it runs, it's normal, I got no fucking problems, I'm cool. Now the Eclipse was a car that obviously, you know, the baby, the project, and I have not necessarily just no motivation, but I'm in no rush to ever put that shit back together. I'm in no rush to go anywhere with that, because I know when that car comes back outside, I got the Challenger to drive to keep me occupied, the Jeep to take me to A and B. So the Eclipse will be the car that you could go full force on and not have to worry about, damn, my car's gonna break. Like when I was younger, my car broke, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta fix this by 10 because I'm trying to go on a date by 11. You know what I mean? Or I'm trying to go chill with my boys over here. So it became extremely inconvenient. So I lost the drive for that car. So basically where the car is at now is that car is sitting at E-Spec's house, in his house, in his garage. Not the original Hornet. The original Hornet is in my crib with a shit ton of rust. And that's pretty much what brought that car down. It was a rusty shell. I moved to Florida. He bought me a new shell. I got the shell off of him. He's holding the new shell, and basically we're in the process of putting my motor set up with obviously a couple other little goodies. My original car was a front-wheel drive auto. The car went to him for the five-speed manual swap, and during that process was when we realized that the rust was just unbearable. So that's when we got the GSX 5-speed, because again, I wanted a fun car to drive. So now I'm at the point where should I have gotten an auto car because it would be faster? But for what
Say that again?
should I have gotten an auto car because it would be faster
I didn't hear it from
at a drag strip?
which one?
But I have a passion for driving cars, and I enjoy them, where I don't even really care so much anymore as far as being fast, because I don't mind being a cheerleader for my mans. I don't mind trying to help and motivate my mans to go faster. If their goal is to go to the track and do a certain time, I'm there 100% to help you and show you whatever I know to help to make that happen. Is cool. My motive is to, maybe I like to drive a little bit differently. I like to do things a little bit differently as far as what my cars are set up for. The Hornet was the weirdest car ever. It was mixed stance and a mixed function. You didn't know what the car wanted to do.
Racy as fuck.
I didn't know what the car wanted to do. So now when it comes
I
to,
can tell you right now why you're out of it.
why?
Because the Challenger works.
Yeah, there's nothing to fix.
Exactly.
So I
So what's the drive? You get lazy, as anybody.
Yeah. there's
You
nothing-
get lazy. You know that the car's gonna start. You know it's gonna run. It's gonna
The
perform.
key thing out of all of this, which everyone knows, the Challenger always works. Nitrous works. The car always works. Turns on.
Good.
No problem.
That's why though.
93. Go to any gas
It's easy.
station.
It's easy when something works. Leave it there.
And that probably is why I lost it. But at the same time, me having all these issues with the Eclipse prevented me from doing certain things in my life. Because
And also, there's no events. This past year, that died down a lot of people's drive. Why am I
Yeah.
rushing to finish this car when there's nothing going on?
yeah.
Yep.
And I was,
We're
I was
lucky
in a
Texas
car show
2K
scene with that
happened.
car.
I missed the other World Cup finals, or the Derby they call it, Echo. But they that's just starting to come back up. That's why your drive is gone. But if you had the Hornet here and it ran, regardless if it had issues or not,
Yeah, I probably
I think it'd be a
would still-
If you
different
walk
statement.
outside, you've seen it.
It'd be a different statement.
That's why I think I'm more comfortable now knowing I got cars that work. Something to take me A and B. I got a car that I really enjoy to drive. The Challenger I really enjoy driving. And if the Eclipse doesn't work or does work, or we put in the work to make it fast or whatever, it wouldn't hurt me for the car not to be running. It wouldn't hurt me if something
That took me a long time to figure
because
that out.
there's the other shit going on. Like if that car broke something, if the transmission broke as they usually do, I could be like, all right, fuck it. We're gonna build it. We're gonna get it built, get a dog box. I'm gonna drive the Challenger tomorrow, so I'm in a better mood. Cause that's part of it too. You know what I mean? Like we said, the emotional shit earlier. That shit fucking drains your battery in your body. You be so tied up over the fucking car, and then you don't want to do anything more.
Yeah, it's this fucking cold on cement. That shit's
Yeah,
not fun.
that shit hurts.
That shit, it's not fun. But again, we did it for the love of the sport, and you know what I mean? I don't care what no one says. I don't care man, female, this, that, whatever the hell you identify as. I don't give a shit. But it's always nice for somebody like in the car game to go, yo, you did a good job, man.
Yep.
Yo, that's beautiful.
Right.
What you do? Or yo, who did your powder coating? Little shit like that keeps you motivated. And that's why I took the GTR completely back apart and fucking do it again. Because I'm a fucking moron.
That's why I love when I do something to my car and I look in the mirror and like, yo, the nigga that worked on my car did a good job.
You're sick.
Because when something breaks, I do the same fucking thing. You fucking piece of shit. I'll call Ginger. I'm like, yo, bro, this fucking mechanic fucked my car up, bro. What happened? Oh, this broke in my car. Who did it? Me.
That brings up another good point about shops. A lot of people want to work on their own cars. Like I said, do it. Because I had a shop, I'm not going to mention names, that supposedly rode for me. Now we got you best prices, I took my GTR apart. I called him. I said, my man, you better, any bill I have with you, you better throw it out. I'm coming in. Because it's disgusting. I'm supposed to be your boy. This is loose. There's things that aren't even tied. Like, you don't care. It's a business to you.
Yeah.
I'll never be your legit real friend, no matter what you tell me. I'm just a number. So that pushed me to do my GTR, and every time how is it? Don't worry about it. You didn't want to fucking worry about it. Don't worry about it. Simple. Simple. So I don't fucking trust shops no more. I don't trust.
I agree with you.
If I could tune
I've been like
myself,
that
I'll
my
do
whole
it. If I could weld, which is my next adventure, I'm gonna try to learn how to weld.
Let me know when you do that.
No,
I'll
no.
definitely come up.
I feel for that big time. I think mad people in the group could say that I didn't like nobody touching any of my shit. I just was mad weird with that, and having all these guys around and you know, seeing their drive to want to work and want to learn, I became more open to be like, all right, you know, maybe can y'all help me, or can I help y'all, or just seeing everyone being so helpful that for me it's like if something broke, it was for the greater good. That one, somebody wanted to learn something, somebody wanted to help. It's not I paid a shop X amount of money and they fucked my shit up or sent it back to me fucked up, because like you said, it's just a business. Where if it's all my mans trying to help me, they're not trying to help me for my car to break again. That's not their intent. So if something did break, it's not their intent to have fucked up. They want to help. So me as an adult now understands they want to help me. If something broke, fuck it. I gotta charge it to the game and continue moving on, and we're gonna learn from that next time. Yo, bro, maybe next time you shouldn't have over torqued it, or you should have made sure threaded it by hand first. You know, stupid little things like
Just
that.
tell heck, right? I'm pushed, do it. Don't be afraid. You sit there with somebody. You know, you learn the tools. You get a toolbox, and you could just constantly add. You don't have to get some big, huge, fucking industrial toolbox. I started off, like I said, with a little snap-on toolbox. That's what I started with. Now I have a decent-sized toolbox, and I have 90% of what I need at all times. You learn, and then you learn little tricks. Your own little tricks. Oh, if I leave that bolt a little out, I can slide that off, put it back in, like whatever it is. You learn your own little tricks, and nobody can tell you different, which is a great feeling. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask
That's a
anybody
fact. Ask
anything.
questions.
Why is the best question, I think.
Well,
I always ask, why does it do that?
Why?
That's it.
It's
My
a
favorite
good-
question
Yo,
is, why does it do that?
Why?
Drew came a long way from when we started fucking with him, too,
100%.
because Drew, all he knew was how to sell a car. He didn't know anything about the car, but what you could find on Google. But you know, as time went on, bro, he learned with us.
He learned and went hard,
then
hard.
the main question was why. That was his thing. Why does it do this? But why does it do that? Why I can't do this? Why I can't do that? But why I can't heat it up with a torch? But why it is? Why? Just like that. And
I'm
he
telling you,
learned.
I know damn well there's been a couple of times that I probably showed up and they're like, fuck, why did you say that? Because I'm going to push that fact. I'm going to make a joke, but I'm pushing you.
But
I
that's-
like to nudge.
That's what I said. It's your it's just
I
you.
like to nudge. Why?
Perfect why. He used to tell me, why do you have an auto? Well, now I could be like, why do you have an auto, Whitey?
I'm trying to go fucking fast.
The times have changed.
What do you think is the best auto right now?
Oh boy.
It depends. It depends.
What's the best auto right now?
Auto as in what, like factory wise?
Factory autos.
Like factory come
Factory
out?
coming from the auto.
Anything over 6. Excuse me. Anything over 6.
What's the best over 6?
Well, all these the Hellcats and track all.
8 speeds. 8 speeds, yes.
10 speeds, man. 10 speeds.
All right, that's cute.
Whoa,
With your Enterprise co-op.
With
No.
energy.
Yeah, I guess the Mustang, the Coyotes are doing their thing, point blank, period.
Yeah.
That's just, and a lot of people are crashing, which a lot of people know it's electric power steering. So they don't realize that when they flick the wheel, it don't come back like a hydraulic one. That's why people are crashing. They send them, and they think it's gonna come back, and no, not. There's a
gotta do it
curve. Wow. That's what like. It's simple shit. Like that's what I like to research.
Go fast, bro.
That's
go
it.
fast, straight only. They don't do nothing else.
I
I expect my Mustang to go straight.
I've been a
Shit's
drag
fast.
racer.
Nothing
I
else.
remember, bro. I remember one day, his hatch, his STI hatch, got fucked up, and
That day I called you with Neil and everybody.
yes.
I was like,
No, I told you after this. This is when you got back.
Oh shit.
So that the hatch was down for a while. He popped back out with it. He got it fixed. He didn't tell us anything about the setup. So I remember I pulled up in my Galant with KB. And KB.
Oh shit.
So me and
KB
KB's in the
Repo.
car. I forgot who was racing, but I look at Whitey. He's in SCI, and I'm like, "Yo, keep up." He laughs at me. He goes, "Okay, watch this." Open. You got the electric cutouts. Yo, at the light, bro, this shit sounded like retarded, bro. He just took off, and I was like, "What the
Yeah,
fuck is
280
that?"
cam is built.
Like
Built
out of
it.
nowhere, bro. It's retarded. He was always
So
about
we're
that.
gonna see you this summer.
I would hope. Racing wise, no, I got a CDL now. I got a family, like, but I would definitely bring the
This
GTR.
doesn't mask and shit to go right now.
True.
It's mandatory too. It's mandatory in New York, so you know what I'm saying? Before you
Sure.
guys come out.
True. I'll come out.
I think your build is something that the streets would like to see, and not necessarily just racing, just to be
I think-
outside. Like back in the day, when we went to like Connor Street or TGI Fridays, people used to bring builds outside. You know, that was the first time that I've seen your boy with the green A86, the 4G63 shit. I think it was at like Fridays or something, and it was just people used to bring builds outside. Now I feel like people only bring a car outside if they're gonna race.
Yeah.
Full both of
Otherwise,
us.
it's
Strap
not gonna be,
build.
it's gonna be outside.
I think I'm all from you. I think people bring car out to get those pictures. I think that's a totally different.
I think a lot
I
of
don't
people.
think it's the race. I think it's to go. How many likes did I
I'm
get?
outside. I'm at the hutch. Hey, take a picture of me.
Like they
I'm
say
here.
street car, but it's like no, dude. You brought it out of your garage to the street, then
Yeah.
back into your garage.
That's why majority of us be driving our cars around on slicks.
I got
all
rust.
day.
Slicks.
all day.
Yes. We ride around.
Rain,
slicks.
sleet,
My
slow.
record
ride
car,
around
drive
on
on.
slicks.
This guy got
Nigga,
snow
straight
slicks.
Four Hoosiers
every day.
on the street.
We used to go meet up
Kirky
with
seat. I used to pick my wife up, then my girlfriend from a Fortune 500 job. I would put a pillow on the
shit.
ground.
Yeah.
That's
You
right. That's
sit
right.
down.
I remember me and
That's where
Donovan.
the Kirk
The exhaust was right underneath me. I would smell like raw fuel. We'd go
Yeah,
out
that's
to
a
eat,
fact.
and people were like, they think we're like we're gonna kill it, like we were gonna set ourselves on fire. Like this was our last
Don't
meal.
smoke a cigarette.
You know what I mean? But that was the life we lived.
That's a fact. You just sparked something in my brain, bro. That's why I know what Kirky seats were. That's why there's a Kirky seat in my car right now.
Yo, we don't ride with no interiors in our car, basically.
Yeah,
Same
you don't
with
from
mine.
that shit.
No, I want to keep my GTR so pristine
I want to too.
that I keep the interior out because I slide. I'm a big guy, you know. Keep it out.
You take all the interior out for that?
No. I'm on a 12-gallon fuel cell. Nothing big. Nothing big. TH1. Not big.
Nothing
Don't
crazy.
seem nice.
Wait, look,
Nothing crazy.
What's that? What you
No, it's shit. No.
So you say you only like to go fast straight?
Yeah.
So what's up? You're not trying to see
Either that
Bear
or
Mountain or nothing?
TCI makes a 4L80.
Nah, what you mean?
Paddle shift.
Bear Mountain. I'll tell you fuck with that.
Well, first of all, how
That
did he take
casual
his
way.
ride with slicks? Like, come on, he's not taking that route.
Because
they can drive.
What you mean?
Come
I'm
on.
putting my street tires on. You crazy?
Instagram, you don't want to see that little car I got out there, the little rental. Turo is not playing around to give these rentals. You should
What?
They
Bro,
it takes them and everything.
If anybody heard that on the camera, we have about 4 or 5 guys buying
You know what's
all
gonna
fucking
happen? You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna realize why I like stick. Cause we're gonna hit a turn and homeboy's no homo.
Yo, what you like?
Homeboy's car is gonna
What did he say
upshift
before?
in a turn.
Oh, what did he say?
He's gonna be
What did he say?
control.
Excuse me. What did he say?
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me? No, what's gonna happen is we're gonna hit a turn fast and his car's gonna upshift when it's not supposed to.
How? I have the paddles. It listens to me.
You're gonna use the paddles.
I always do. I love them.
Come on.
I've used the paddles a lot.
You race with the paddles?
Not drag race. I'll road race with the paddles.
I'll pack that up in a turn.
Oh my god.
Tonight? You said tonight, right?
I'll put my regular tires on too.
Nine said
Bear Mountain.
whack you in.
You ain't see what I put
Bear
in.
Mountain.
You see what I'm just taking notes.
What turns do we have here?
Go take the high. Just go. I'm 648.
There's no. There's
Yo,
no
you
turns.
didn't see what I posted up earlier? Grim.
Yo, I'm up to my neck of the woods. Go up Bear Mountain. If y'all got to set up walls, go up Bear
I
Mountain.
just came from up there. I just came from up
My
there.
house.
When you used to
Where
what?
you come by the
When you
circle,
used to flash it?
by the mole.
Oh, yeah. You see what I said?
Go back on 9/8.
I said, whoa,
I
you
said-
said
I
it
said
might be
I'm
most
from
baby.
up
I live in Montrose.
I'm from up there. That's my shit. I drive up there. That's my shit.
Bridget from Yonkers.
Alright, fuck it. Let's throw it back. See me on the jacket.
Oh
No, you want to go to the belt.
Yo. We raced over there, man.
Go to fucking
We
belt.
raced over there. I was
What topics didn't we cover?
I think we almost hit everything.
Any races coming
Is
up,
anything
anything
you
you gotta
gotta
do?
close out with, or something you want to tap in on? Definitely.
Any call out
Those
mandatory? Any call
Before the
out?
shit, before the live actually shut down.
Because it might end soon. I think we
Yeah.
get close to an hour.
What you got to say? Anything?
Like I've said it
questions?
before. Like, oh yeah, any questions or anything? Or?
Oh, you.
Oh no, I listen. I'll say it again. I'm proud of everybody at this table. Prior to me, I watch out from the back. I'm very, very proud of y'all. Y'all doing something, you know, that's. I don't want to take credit away from you guys. Obviously, it's been done. Podcast isn't a new thing, but I'm very proud on what it's bringing in terms for the tri-state, for guys who are actually racing and doing things and trying to create a community. And I'm very proud of y'all for that. And I'm very glad and proud to watch you coming up in the street racing world where you are on my sideline, and I'd love to be on your sideline anytime. You know, I'm proud of you because you even told me on the phone, you've changed. Like, you were that real combative dude. Real combative. Like, going at people's heads, like, for real. Like, and you were relentless. Relentless. And I'm proud that you brought it back to make our community, everybody in this room, this garage, anybody watching, something to be a part of.
Facts.
And that we're not assholes all the time. Not all of us are assholes. Not all of us are 18 years old doing
I know.
doing a donut.
I seen
in
it
a
sound
park.
like a dick
In terms
a lot.
of that, not assholes like assholes in a parking lot ruin our meets and shit like that. And I would
yeah.
love somebody to make actually a sanctioned meet, something maybe you gotta pay or something like, so nobody bothers us. I would love to do a track rental with you guys one day. That would be nice.
I think a
Everybody
track
goes.
rental would be great for all of us.
We've been talking about that.
We can do that
a couple
next month.
times already.
My car's in pieces.
No,
I
we
can
gotta
go
wait
and
till everybody's
support.
cars out.
I'll wait
2
and
months.
support.
You go to Maryland with us?
Whose car's ready?
Oh,
Whose
You
car's
go to
ready to go
Maryland
to the
with us?
track?
You should go Maryland with us. He said you gonna go Maryland with us? You gonna go Maryland with us?
I got a locked in race in Maryland, so
My car is definitely not
Some
coming out for
Camaro.
that.
motor to motor.
They go see me next lane.
Full bolt on, yeah, full bolt on. 6 inch.
Go see me next lane.
Yeah,
So-
it's been good. Like everything you spoke about right now covered a lot of things, and this is exactly what we need here. Like a lot of people just gotta come out, speak their mind. Like you see Whitey. I never met the guy before, and yo, cool vibes. He spoke about a lot of facts and a lot of shit that went on back in the days. I was around it, but I wasn't really a part of it. But now I am, and the fact that he came out here and actually spoke about a lot of shit and covered a lot of things is just put more knowledge on me. As he said, I will do that. I will put my hands on a lot of shit and just learn, like you spoke about before. And you see, a couple of years from now, you know what I mean? I'll be doing great things.
Can't wait to see it, dude. I can't wait to see it.
We're in the process of doing it.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. You're gonna break bolts. You're gonna strip a bolt. You're gonna mess up.
I'm there already.
No worries. There's tools to fix
Yeah.
everything. That's
Yeah.
it. Extra bolts.
That's what I
That's
said.
it.
I said it's a blessing that we got a group of people who's always willing to help. And even like we said, in my case where I kind of lost the vibe of the car and wanting to go fast, it kind of makes me want to more driven to help everybody else and be assist anyone I could in a more way, because I don't give a shit about my build. My build's working every day. I don't care about going fast.
Big shout out to fucking Street Forge once again for doing their thing on my car
sir.
and put it in work. And big
Took
shout
that
out to
motor out.
Boo Boo's Auto for actually allowing us being here tonight and bringing this podcast to you guys and shit like that. Shout out to fucking Skinny Sauce making us over here stick to the ground. No problems, no nothing.
That's a fact. Ain't nobody on the East
Out
Coast
60
hooking
foot.
Ain't nobody in New York
out
City
60 foot, though.
hooking like this the squad.
Nah, it's East Coast in general. We got people in Maryland hooking. We got, bro, everywhere
that's
on the
a
East
fact.
Coast is hooking, bro.
Anyone fucking with that is hooking. But
And if you need
I'm
help,
trying to throw a
hit us
shot
up.
out there.
If you need
Anybody
help with
who's
that,
in New York City and the whole tri-state area, y'all are not hooking like anybody else on this team. Dead point blank. I'm not being
Even
cocky,
with
but I'm
stock
being
cars.
cocky. Fuck out.
Even with stock
Y'all
cars.
not hooking.
Churro is not walking around. Never that.
The Hoosier skinny combo is a fucking gold coin in this motherfucker. They not fucking with us on that.
But I also want to say thank you to everybody for even having me.
Yo.
I know I pestered you for 2 weeks. Yo, what's the time? What's the place?
Yeah, but you know what? It was extremely important that you come here. It's extremely important that you talk to people. A lot of people are going to recognize you from what you've been doing and seeing you with us. And it might draw a lot of people together that probably wouldn't have expected you to kind of mingle with us. Or some people didn't even know you're cool with us like this. So to see everyone to see that we've always been cool with each other, and just people haven't got to break through everything that's going on. And since you're so tied into the world that you know the way that you are, I think it's important that you were able to speak on this shit. And you're always welcome here to come to talk and see what's going on. You know, anytime you want to come here, there's something you want to talk about. The big race came down, and you know we got an episode coming. You're always welcome. You're always welcome to come chill with us, work on cars with us, fuck with us.
Thank you.
It's always been like that. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Now, honestly, it's been a blessing for me to introduce you to these group of friends that we have, and these people
It's a
that are
pleasure,
so
guys.
willing to help. Every single person here gets their hands dirty. Every single person here is always willing to help at all times. I think we've all pushed each other's car at some fucking point in time. And it was also important for me to introduce you to these people, because the same way people introduced me to you and I learned from you, we all learn from each other. So I was like, you know what? Let me get a chance to introduce the people that I'm learning from and learning from me to learn from the person that taught us what the game really was.
I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that, guys. And like I said, build your car. Don't be afraid of it. It's bolts and numbers and math and everything. There's things that are very privy to us now. It's as quick as a Google search. You can find something, go have it done, do it in your garage.
Yeah, that's us.
So,
Well, that's a wrap. I'll see y'all next episode.
What do you think that's gonna be?
Probably could be next month. I'm not sure yet. There's been a lot of crazy shit going on. So
Next month is 2 weeks.
that's
Yeah,
what
so-
I'm trying to get at.
So we're thinking maybe like a week or two. We got a lot of projects going on. We got Hex new build that he's got going on, his new car that he copped. Obviously some stuff going on. We trying to get that car ready. We're gonna be posting a little bit of stuff on that build just to keep y'all in tune and involved on what we're doing, just seeing how we get shit together.
And one more thing, we're gonna try to get him back in here as soon as his build is completely done. As soon as everything is done on his car, I want to get him back in here so he can speak on it, what the car is doing, how is it running, every detail that he can give us from that car. I want to get him in here and
Definitely
actually speak on
show
that.
some footage, show
So,
some anything.
Stay tuned
People
for
will
that.
see that. I think a lot of people would love to see his
Yeah.
build, see his car.
That's one thing that JDM cars, like true JDM cars, bro, is a lost case right now. And the culture needs it, bro.
because it's too easy. Like I said it before, it's too easy to go to the dealership, get something that's already running 9 to 10.
Bulldogs and fucking sensor, bro. It's different.
We had to work for that 10.
It's not a JDM car.
I remember when Caesar broke the 10s for a street car. That
It went crazy.
rattled
Yeah.
the street racing world and the JDM world. Rattled. But again, that was old. That was.
I think that's what like I get so turned off about the street scene now is that everything seems so easy, and I wanted to go a route that's a little bit more painful, so to speak. So, I mean, hopefully now this will kind of motivate some people. Do something different, do a different build. And even if you don't want to, you want to do the same build as everybody else and go fast, so be it. That's what it
It
is.
just means you got
But
more people to rely on when you need to question
we
something.
all want to do different things. We all want to motivate y'all to do whatever y'all trying to do. We just want to put the information out there, get people motivated. We want to build something, and that's what it is.
Only thing I ask is everybody watching who's building their own thing, is that if you're gonna build it and you want to follow the same line as somebody else, it's fine. Just know what you're doing. Tell me if I ask you a question. Tell me why you did it. Why did you go with such a tall tire? But it's skinny. Why did you go this? Why did you choose this? Why did you choose this company? I'm honest. Some people are like, why did you choose that company? They suck. What's a mom and pop shop? I want to support. Give that company that one
That's a
shot.
fact.
If I ask you a question, and again, I'm a nobody.
100%.
I'm a nobody.
Right.
But if we're talking at Cars and Coffee, and I'm like,
You-
Oh, your car makes 1,000?
I'm
Why?
sorry to post you that. You can't say you are nobody when you touch people already in the scene. Like, you probably a nobody in your eyes, but when it comes to people in the scene, you might touch people that you didn't even know. You know what I mean? So you can't, like, I gotta, cause me myself, I'm doing things as I go, and I have people come up to me like, yo, you doing something for the culture. You cannot say that, cause look who's right next to you right now. Would you expect that to happen, like
No.
a few years later?
No.
Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. You are somebody, and everything you do, even though you might not think it will affect the next person, it really does. Look, like, shit won't be here, they won't be here doing this shit if it wasn't for you.
Thank you.
So, what I'm saying? So,
Oh,
I
and one more
respect
thing.
that.
I'm sorry. I have a lot to say. Stop letting people in your circle, anybody dictate your bills.
Yep.
If you can't afford something, there's a lot of people, men here that sit next to me,
I admit it all the time.
families, kids,
None of this shit.
houses, jobs. Don't let, because I'm in the GTR world. There's already a GTR tax that I have to buy everything that's $18,000. Nope. I have a mortgage. I have a child. I can't do that all the time. Then I know people say, then don't buy it or wait. I'm not waiting. I want it now. It is what it is. There's that weird line you gotta follow. Don't let people dictate your build. If you like that company and what they're about, do it. Find out for yourself. That's it. Just let it happen. Cars are, it's metal. Everything is metal. It's just metal, plastic. Who gives a shit? Just let it rock. Have fun. Race the fucking thing, and that's it. Point
Blow
blank
shit
period.
up, spray it to the fucking ground. You know the
I
fucking
wouldn't
vibes.
recommend that.
Big GSF.
And that's a
run all the
fucking
boost,
rap, yo.
run all the nitrous, pull all the fucking timing. Don't change your
Don't
fucking
say that.
logs.
Cut that shit out. I'm talking
Say
about DM Global Street Films like, yo,
Yeah,
it's your
forget
fault, Mr. Grimm.
I don't know what to blow. What you said.
I said it. Blow the fuck up.